Hey guys, so terminology is incredibly important, and I've discussed it before. We've talked about multiple different things. I have this video here called Backwards SJW Terminology Rant, a great rant where I talk about how, because we are living in a backwards world, one aspect of that is how they take terminology of words and basically change the definition, or literally reverse the definition, and use it against us in modern day. This video here is another one that's kind of on the same merits, talking about, because people today, when they talk about equality, they still talk about feminism because I guess their minds are stuck in the 1940s when feminism actually did mean equality. And the reason it meant that was because women were more oppressed. But in modern day, when men are more oppressed, fighting for feminism doesn't make sense because feminism is specifically on women's rights. That's literally what the fucking dictionary says. But people will say feminism is the same thing as egalitarianism, okay? I'm fighting for equality. No. That's like saying I'm fat and thin. I'm fighting to be thinner. As I said in this video, and I urge you to watch it, feminism is women's rights, MRA is men's rights, and egalitarianism is equality for both. You can only fight for equality while fighting for MRA or feminism when the one you're fighting for is more oppressed. Therefore, you fight for them to bring them back up to the equal level. You understand? Currently, it's men, so you would be an MRA. But people, I guess, are stuck in these archaic times where they don't understand that times have changed. Therefore, the word would change, but whatever. Change can be good if you're using the accurate definition, but change can also be bad when it's an SJW just randomly changing the definition of a word because they feel like it. And, actually, there's another video I made that's along the same lines of when the actual definition of the word racism was changed. And you might be thinking, well, Matt, SJWs have been changing that definition for like 6 years. Yeah, but they actually got it changed in the dictionary about 2 years ago, and I have a video on it as well you should check out. Regardless, though, today is kind of along the same lines. But I'm not just talking about how they change words in this video. I'm talking about how they do it and use it as a weapon against you. And one of the big ways they do this, you've probably seen memes like this online multiple times, because I've seen them hundreds of times, where, don't get me wrong, there's multiple examples, but I'll just explain the example using racism. So, you've seen it multiple times where you'll see statuses like, how to spot a Nazi, or how to spot a racist, or how to spot a transphobe, or how to spot a homophobe, or how to spot various things that SJWs don't like, and they will call you that just because, basically, they'll call you a name that you actually aren't, but they'll use it as an attack to make themselves look good. For example, you may not be a transphobe at all, but for example, keep in mind, SJWs think transphobia is simply saying that you must have gender dysphoria to be trans. That's a fact. But if you say that, they'll call you a transphobe just because they fucking feel like it, and they get away with it. So that's what I mean. When they use it as an attack, it's not even accurately. If you say something factual that doesn't line up with the narrative, they will say that you are a, transphobe, whatever, because of what you said, even if what you said is correct, and they will use it to convince other people that you are a bad person. So there's an example involving transphobia, but I said I would give an example involving racism, so here we go. For example, if I come on here and tell you I'm not a racist, I have black friends, the funny thing is SJWs actually think that you're racist for saying that. And the thing is, that's not rare. That's actually probably the most common thing they say. There's multiple examples, but that's the most common one, is calling people racist. And then when the person comes back and says, actually, I'm not racist, I have black friends, they will literally come out and say, look at this guy, he thinks he's not racist just because he has a black friend. And all the other SJWs, and even just people in general in our fucked up modern world, will actually agree with the SJW and go, what an idiot. You can still be racist even though you have black friends, you dumbass. And then the person, the sane person is standing there like, what? How the fuck am I racist? How the fuck am I racist? But unfortunately, because of the kind of culture we live in modern day, yeah, you are. Don't get me wrong. You're not a racist in reality, but you're considered one. And the reason I'm even talking about this is because they use it as a weapon to attack people like that. And I'm making this video to basically explain to all you people who have been attacked to not feel bad. I know for a fact there are many people who aren't even aware that this is merely an attack, and then they will feel bad or they'll apologize for it. Don't fucking do it, because they are not actually correct. They are not using any logic. They are not using any proof. Nothing. What they're doing is a tactic. They want to call you racist. And yes, most of the time when they call you a racist, it's not for a reason. And here's the kicker that you may not know. They actually know that they're doing it for no reason. Those people are actually fully aware that they're calling you names for no reason. They do it on purpose. Yes. So when they try to convince you that you did something wrong, you really didn't. They are deliberately lying to convince you that you did something wrong, to make you feel bad and apologize for something that you didn't even do. They do this shit all the time, and it's disgusting. When you know that you are not a racist or a sexist or a transphobe or whatever, stick with that. And yes, you are allowed to use the "I have black friends" excuse as proof, because it fucking is proof. And more of a lesson for you, when they tell you that saying you have black friends is not an excuse, they deliberately say that, not because you're wrong. They say that to try to discredit any proof you do have, to make you feel bad. Saying you have black friends, or just in general having black friends, is proof of not being a racist, because racist people don't have friends of another race. Just fucking saying. So no, don't feel bad. It is a fact. If you have black friends, you're not a racist. If you have friends who are trans, you're not a fucking transphobe. If you're friends with gay people, you're not a homophobe. If you support women and you're friends with women, you're not a fucking sexist. That's just how it works. But the thing is, SJWs will constantly push in your face that you're just saying it to make yourself look good. I also have another video where this literally happened. It happens all the time to people, but here's a literal video of it. Go on my channel and type in "Bill Burr called racist for having a black wife." Bill Burr married a black woman who he's in love with, okay? Nothing wrong. He married a black woman. Perfectly fucking fine, right? Well, the SJWs actually called him racist for marrying a black person. You want to find out why? Go to my video and check it out. The point is, though, these are nothing but tactics. They know that Bill Burr is not actually a racist, but they say it because they simply just want to. And this idea goes further. If at any point you try to defend yourself when people call you racist or call you sexist or whatever, they will actually come back and not only give you stupid examples like that, but they will actually say that you're guilty of whatever they said you did just because you defended yourself. Apparently, we live in a world where not just the defense is bad, but even the act of trying to defend yourself makes you look guilty. Isn't that just a great modern world we live in, this fucking modern logic? And then, here's the funny thing though. If you're accused of doing something that you were canceled over, if you don't defend yourself, you're considered guilty because, according to our modern world, if you don't speak up about what you did or didn't do, you're considered guilty. But if you do speak up, you're still considered guilty because they will say that you're damage controlling or making excuses. This is just how our modern world works. Whether if you did something wrong or did nothing wrong, in their eyes, you're wrong. If you defend yourself, you're wrong. If you don't defend yourself, you're still wrong. But in reality, you're not actually wrong. You didn't actually do anything wrong. These are nothing more than excuse traps to make you look bad when you didn't really do anything. So if you find yourself in one of these cancel culture situations, Don't ever apologize, because when you do nothing wrong, well, you're apologizing for no reason. But even if you do something wrong, when you apologize, they take it, but then want a mile more. They take a fucking, a short little thing, but they demand a mile. You can't satisfy these people. They do this all the time. And we see this logic applied to multiple other things. For example, another great video I made, which was called Hollywood Pandering Has Gone Too Far. In the video, for example, I was talking about how SJWs view movies and stuff, right? And at one point in the video, I mentioned Toy Story 4. And I mentioned how they deliberately made Bo Peep a feminist, right? And then there were SJWs complaining, saying that she was not feminist enough. Whether if it's a movie thing or a celebrity who's been canceled or even just some random person on the internet, don't ever apologize when people say that you did something wrong or said something wrong or you made a comment that they consider sexist, racist, homophobic, whatever. Don't ever apologize, because they always take a mile and will always go after you no matter what you fucking do, say, or think. That's just how our world works. And like I said, it applies to everything from real life things with real people to movies, music, what the fuck ever. This is an important lesson, and I really hope you take it to heart, because what I'm saying is true. Always be careful out there with not necessarily what you say, because honestly, we live in a world where what you say is not important. What you say after about what you said, things like explanations, apologies, defending yourself, that is where problems get caused. We've seen hundreds of examples like this, and these are just some of the tactics they use to hurt you. So be careful out there. SJWs are fucking crazy.